So I'm gonna try recording some matches with JPA's version of Bug Delver, which is just a little bit different than the version I was playing recently. We cut a Lily Last Hope from the main deck for a Leovold, and we also cut a Sylvan Library for a Ponder. In the sideboard, we have Flusterstorms instead of Spell Pierces, and we've got a Dismember, only one Toxic Deluge, no Massacres, we have Golgari Charms, and we have one Lily and one Jace. So this list seems fine. Lenny's been doing well with it in the challenges and leagues, so I'm going to give it a try. I'm kind of curious to see how Less Planeswalkers goes. I'm curious to see how the Leovold feels, and I think the sideboard is a little bit sleeker. It obviously is not going to have as good of a Death and Taxes matchup because we don't have Massacre. But, you know, Golgari Charm can be pretty good, and Golgari Charm, it's a nice card to bring in against combo decks like Storm when they can empty the Warrens. Also an out to cards like Ground Seal, Blood Moon, Leyline of Sanctity, just a lot of the enchantments they kind of suck to deal with. So Golgari Charm is a nice card because it gives you so many different angles of attack. You can regenerate your creatures, against something like Check Pile, so it can be good in a lot of different situations. Just 1 second, I gotta stop my dog barking here. Alright, we've got ourselves a match here. I apologize for the dog barking in the background. Hey, quit it! Just 1 second. He's got a pot. Alright, sorry about that. We're going to go ahead and play first here. This is a pretty good hand. We've got turn 1 Deathrite Shaman, turn 2 Hymn to Torok on the play, which is always really solid. Sure. Okay, basic planes and swords on my Deathrite. So it looks like it's probably Miracles or something like that. This is fine. Let's go ahead and hymn now. Alright, we got a Volcanic Island and a Swords to Plowshares. Not bad. Portent, sure. Let's see if he shuffles or keeps. Looks like he's going to keep. We'll go ahead and play the Deathrite Shaman we just drew. Another Swords to Plowshares. Alright. Ponder, sure. Looks like he didn't shuffle with his last Ponder, so I guess I'd be surprised if he shuffled now. Okay, he does not shuffle. Another Deathrite Shaman is fine. I'm going to go ahead and play that. And I don't feel like brainstorming just yet. The Snapcaster Mage, sure. So we're just getting kind of valued out. Miracles, drawing a lot of Swords to Plowshares early is pretty tough for Bug Delver to deal with. 3 Deathrite Shamans, all exiled. So now let's go ahead and brainstorm. Okay. We do not want Tombstalker, and I suppose we can put Brainstorm on top of our library to flip the Delver. Now we can just go ahead and play the Delver. I think we want Brainstorm, but we don't necessarily want the Tombstalker. I think Force of Will at this point is going to be mostly just... I'm just going to keep that in my hand as insurance against Jace. Portent targeting himself, okay. Probably attack, sure. Terminus, alright. I'm not going to fight over that. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We do not have enough to cast the Tombstalker yet. I suppose I can Brainstorm though. Okay, another Delver. Okay, so I guess we'll put Tombstalker and then Ponder and play this Delver. I'd like to find a Wasteland, or like a Leovold, maybe Liliana. Another Terminus? Jeez, man. Alright, well. That's fine, I guess. I'm not gonna fight over it. Ponder. He's just drawing all the removal this game. Of course, I'm fine with just, like, 1-for-1-ing, you know? Okay, another Brainstorm, sure. He's, like, really digging for lands. He probably has a Jace in hand. It would be nice if he played Jace into Daze, because... Okay, still no land. That's interesting. He chose to not shuffle anyway, so... Guess we'll Ponder. Tombstalker, push, Delver. Alright, I guess I'll put Tombstalker, Fatal Push, and then Delver. No shuffle. It's nice to have a guaranteed Delver flip. Another Terminus? No. Okay, Entreat the Angels. So I think I'm gonna Daze this. Oh, shoot, we were drawing Fatal Push. Oh, we didn't have to do that. Okay. Well, so that I'm actually fine with this exchange here. We're gonna flip our Delver to Fatal Push. That might have been a mistake, though, because I would have liked to have saved that Daze for something more threatening. We'll reveal the Fatal Push. We'll cast the Fatal Push. I guess I'll play this Underground Sea. And now my plan is to try and get to 5 mana for the Force of Will, because I know we're drawing Tombstalker next turn. I could also shuffle the Tombstalker away, or I could just draw it, because threats are good, but if he has like 1 more mana and a Jace the Mind Sculptor, that would really suck. Tombstalker would really suck against Jace. I mean, Tombstalker's kind of bad against Miracles, like, on the whole. I think I would rather have a shot at a random card than Tombstalker. I'm gonna Tropical Island, I guess. Okay, what's this gonna be? Vendilion Click. Sure. So my guess is he might take Force of Will. Or he might just leave it. But, okay. So he has left it. Now I think we just wait. Waiting sucks, but I have removal for the Vendilion Click, and now I have Force of Will mana. So, okay. I think best thing to do here is to pass to him. I want a Fatal Push at the end of his turn, probably. So we'll crack that. So that our Fatal Push actually, will have an effect on that Vendilion Click. Trigger the Revolt. We are going to push that Vendilion Click Alright, I'm actually fine with that. Just gonna pass. Just gonna be patient. He knows about the Force of Will, so if he does have like a Jace in hand or something, I can understand why he's not doing anything. I'm gonna ponder here, since we have another land, to still keep up Force of Will. Okay, I'm gonna put the Misty, then the Deathrite Shaman, then the Ponder. No shuffle. Kinda like all those cards. And I think we're just gonna pass back to him. Now we can actually just sort of start. We can force him to remove something now by playing this Deathrite Shaman. We can just continue draining him until we draw another removal spell. Alright, Portent targeting himself. Probably trying to set up another Terminus, or maybe like a Snapcaster Mage with Swords to Plowshares or something. Predict targeting himself. Sure. I'm fine with that. Okay, and now he has a Terminus. Let's get some damage in here by exiling a Swords to Plowshares. And we're just going to let this Terminus resolve. Now he gets to draw a card. I'm going to ponder. Daze, Delver, him. So we'll put Daze, then we'll put Delver, then we'll put him to Torok. No shuffle. I'm going to him, because I feel like he probably has good cards in hand. Okay, Force of Will and Swords. So I am cold to Jace if he has a Jace on top of his deck this turn. Okay, didn't have to worry about that, I guess. What's this? Another freaking Vendilion Clique? Sure. Man, he has a lot of win conditions for a Miracles deck. Okay, the Delver has gone to the bottom, and we have a Daze now. So I'm just going to pass, I guess. Another Force of Will. Search. I think this is worth using one of these Force of Wills on. Because it's a card advantage engine. Alright, Vendilion Clique, sure. Wasteland, I guess is alright. You can Wasteland his Tundra. We do need to draw something soon. Daze is not in the category of something. Alright, Ponder, that's in the category of something. Okay. Wasteland, Misty, Tombstalker, no shuffle. I am going to play this Misty Rainforest here because I do actually want to shuffle away those 2 lands. Brainstorm. Okay. Tombstalker resolves. Terminus. I'm fine with that. Alday is the Jace, returning Tropical Island. Now we're going to shuffle away those 2 lands, fetching our final dual land out of our deck. And let's hope to draw something better. Alright, that, not very good. I guess I'll just pass and keep these in hand in the event of a brainstorm. Keranos. Let's float a blue and daze that. We're getting to see our opponent's entire deck almost. Guess we'll play out an Underground Sea, and now if we draw a brainstorm, we can shuffle away, put our dual lands back in our deck. Ah, there's something good. However, I really want to leave Force of Will up. Let's see, so we have 7 dual lands in the deck. That means there's no way we can actually play Liliana with Force backup. Maybe we just wait to draw a blue card for before we cast Liliana. Okay, that's actually decent. What's this going to be? Snapcaster Mage? Sure. Maybe target Brainstorm. He casts Brainstorm. So now he does not have Counterspell mana up. I think I'm fine with just Lily and +1 on his Snapcaster Mage. And then Lily's kind of going to be our path to victory, hopefully. Mesa. Tundra. Interesting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I think I'm fine with playing the Tarmogoyf here, because we still have Force of Will mana up. Ooh, we do not actually have Force of Will mana up. That was a mistake. Because we have all of our fetch lands in our hand and in play. Portent targeting himself. Let's see, how many Terminus has he used? 1, 2, 3, 4. He's used all 4 of his Terminuses. So this is probably going to be like a Snapcaster Mage. Or Vendilion Click. Engineered Explosives for 2, sure. I'm surprised. Oh, maybe I got all of his Volcanic Islands, and that's why he didn't do it for 3. Wasteland. I think I'm going to Wasteland his Tundra. We're going to +1 our Lily. I think Lily's our path to victory here. Or him decking himself is our path to victory. Swing little Tarmogoyf. He'll probably pop his engineered explosives. And I think we're in a decent position. Jace the Mind Sculptor. That is going to get met with a Force of Will. Hopefully he doesn't have like Flusterstorm back up. Okay. This one. It's Brainstorm, I guess. Alright. Put back these 2 lands. I'm going to cast at him. And I guess let's cast Delver. Now we can, okay, and he scoops. Wow, that was a grindy game. So for miracles, I like to sideboard out 1 land. I like to sideboard out all of the fatal pushes. However, we did see Vendilion click. I think having Abrupt Decay will be fine for that. I'm going to board in the Jace, board in the Lily, board in Sylvan Library. And we could probably bring in, let's see. I could probably cut the Tombstalkers because that it's really bad against Jace the Mind Sculptor. I think I'm gonna bring in 1 Thoughtseize and 2 Flusterstorms, and I think I like this. The question is, do I want Golgari Charm? I don't think I do. Surgical Extraction I don't think is good enough. I think this is fine. I think we'll submit this. Keeping all the dazes and all the forces, which is kind of controversial, but like a lot of the best players told me that, you know, not to cut days, so I prefer not to. I'll keep this. It's a little risky if we don't draw another land. Portent, sure. It's kind of unfortunate that we've drawn both Abrupt Decays this early in the game. It's kind of a dead card at this point. That is unfortunate. We needed to draw a second land by this point. I think this game is basically over. Like, missing a land drop is just so brutal in basically any matchup. Maybe that was a risky keep, too risky, too greedy of a keep on our part. I think Tarmogoyf is the least necessary card in our hand. Blood Moon. That is going to get forced. Okay, Brainstorm. We really need to draw land. Really badly. Entreat the Angels. Playing around days, alright, he has 2 Angels. I'm just gonna scoop. you can only not draw land for like the first like 5 turns of the game. I'm gonna submit the same deck. We're just gonna try and make better decisions this time. I mean, that was just variance. That happens to anybody. It sucks to give him a free win like that, but yes, we will play first. This hand is garbage. I'm gonna mulligan that. This hand is a little better. I'm gonna keep, and I will leave that on top. I will also not shuffle it away because I would love to just cast that next turn. Casting him on turn 1 is, or I mean, turn 2 is always just solid, so we're gonna go him into Lily, I guess, this game. Ponder, and he chose to not shuffle, so I think he's not mana screwed or anything like that. And we're gonna get our Bayou, and we're gonna cast him. Swords and a Terminus, sweet. I'll take anything, I guess. So he is representing counterspell mana. I think I'm just going to go ahead and run Liliana out. If he counterspells it, so be it. Gotta do stuff. Okay, Brainstorm, that's a good sign. Let's see if he draws into Force of Will. Alright, he does not. Hopefully he doesn't have Council's Judgment. We didn't see any in game 1. Ponder, sure. Chooses to shuffle. Probably just looking for outs of any sort. Portent, sure. No shuffle. Wasteland. I think I'll start things off with Brainstorm here. Alright. Maybe we'll put Wasteland and then Ponder. Yeah. Now we can play Misty Rainforest. Play our Deathrite. Play a Delver. Guaranteed to flip. +1 Lily. And we'll pass the turn. Go ahead and flip our Delver on Ponder. Let's go ahead and attack with the Insect. Let's go ahead and +1 Lily. And I'm going to pass the turn. Entreat the Angels. Okay. Let's see if he plays around Daze here. Alright, he does not play around Daze. He creates 2 Angels. That is fine. We're going to exile Swords to Plowshares out of our opponent's graveyard. And we're going to Abrupt Decay one of his Angels. I don't think we want the Wasteland on top of our library, so I'm going to shuffle this away for Tropical Island. So we're going to turn that angel into a 2/3. I think we will ponder. Alright, a Delver and a Flusterstorm. I think I'm going to shuffle this. I'm kind of tempted. I like the Flusterstorm, you know, in case he draws or has a removal spell. But I think I need better cards. Tarmogoyf. Not the best draw. So I have a couple options here. I could hold back the Insect to try and protect my own Liliana. It's not like he's killing my Lily, though. He's just lowering it a little. And I feel like he needs to pressure my Lily. So a Terminus actually favors me at this point. I think I'm going to cast the Goyf here. Because, like, now it's like he needs to decide between protecting his life total or attacking my Liliana down. So I think I like playing the Tarmogoyf out here. Even if he draws a Terminus or something. Jace, okay. Returning Goyf. Angel probably attacks the Lily. Just gonna exile, I guess, Ponder. We get to kill his Jace, which is nice. Or perhaps we don't. Either way, I'm gonna shrink this. I'm gonna attack Jace here. I'm going to Ponder. Oh, there's an Abrupt Decay for the Angel. That's kind of good. I think what I'll do is I'll put I guess I'll put Delta, Shaman, Decay, no Shuffle. We have to choose between decaying the Angel or playing our Tarmogoyf. I think I like playing Tarmogoyf. Like, his life total's under a lot of duress. Maybe he draws a Terminus here? Okay. We are going to exile something in his graveyard in response. I guess, Portent? Maybe Ponder was the better exile. He's only at 5. And then, sure, Terminus resolves. Him having to Terminus away his Angel is, like, decent for us. Play Deathrite. Pass turn. Snapcaster Mage, sure. Brainstorm? Sure. Down to 4. Another Snapcaster. Sure. Probably digging for Swords to Plowshares at this point to answer my Deathrite Shaman, because he might think I don't have removal in hand, so I think we got it pretty locked up at this point. Fire off a Brepticane, I think that should do it, because even if he has Swords to Plowshares now, we have our zombies. What a grindy match, but we were able to get there thanks to Liliana. Block with the zombie. Supreme Verdict, alright. We'll exile Terminus in response. He's probably gonna scoop here. Like, you can't beat Lily ult. He's already used an Entreat the Angels, like, unless he has another... I don't know what he's really drawing to here. I don't know if he really has any outs. This is kind of the same situation that happened in the Grand Prix Seattle top 8. Like, Dazani ulted his ulted his Lily, and the Miracles player was able to survive for quite a long time, actually. But he didn't actually, you know, the Miracles player couldn't actually win from that point when you just basically are getting 2/2/2s at the end of every turn. Sometimes more. Portent himself. This game has gone quite well for us. Predict. Sure. I don't think there's a reason to counter that necessarily. Burnstorm, sure. He now has like 0 outs. Alright, we win. Good match against Miracles. I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording here, and I will come back for the following matches. Hey guys, we're back now for match 2. Just queued up. So far so good. 2-1 against Miracles in the first round. Kind of sucks that the second game of that match went so poorly, but whatever, you know. What can you do? That's Magic. Let's see what we're up against here. On the roll, we'll go first. Ooh, this hand is a mulligan because it does not contain any colored sources of mana. This hand is also a mulligan for the same reason. This hand, I guess, is a keep. I guess I'll put that on top. I don't really want to use it, just more so for being able to draw it for Forcible. Ooh, I've already committed a mistake. I should have played Misty Rainforest instead of Tropical Island to play around Wasteland. Okay, Savannah. Deathrite Shaman, okay. Gonna go ahead and Abrupt Decay that right now. Gonna get an Underground Sea to do so. So it looks like we're playing against Maverick probably, which starting off 2 cards down is very painful when we still have Forcible and Daze in our deck. Wouldn't be surprised if we lost this game. Would not be surprised. Thalia. So we have some options here. We can Daze. But then if we draw a land, we can't cast the Liliana. I think I'm going to force, just because if we do draw a land and then play Liliana... Oh, we need to fetch land specifically. Because Lily has the double black and we only have green, blue, and black. Alright, so we have an out to like Knight of the Reliquary. If we are met with a Wasteland, though, it's going to be pretty bad. Yeah, I guess I don't know, I feel like one of the easiest ways to win would have been to draw, another black source, and then cast Lily on an uncontested board. That puts us in a good spot. Now, of course, we're in a poor spot. Looks like it's probably going to be a Thalia. No, Green Sun Zenith X equals 1, that's fine. Probably a Deathray Shaman. Alright, Bayou. We can decay the Shaman. Although, I'm actually... Maverick has more troublesome stuff than Deathray Shaman. I know that like letting him ramp isn't good, but I think I'm going to save this decay in case he has like a 3-drop. Or Scavenging Ooze. Ramanap, sure. Oh, jeez. What sucks about this, though, is that he gets to recur at least one Wasteland. I'm fine with that. And we're going to see, okay, we just need one more land, please, for the love of God, and we need to dodge Wasteland. We need to dodge Thalia. There's, and Lily doesn't even put us in that good of a spot, so... Just kind of a bummer. Yep. Well, so Fatal Push would be a good draw here. Uncastable. No good. This matchup becomes a little easier post-board, obviously, when we get rid of probably Dazes and Forces for Sweepers and Thoughtseize, Planeswalkers. Sword. Ouch. So we really need to draw a Fatal Push now. This, I mean, it's something, but man, kind of sucks still. He's going to equip and swing. We've done the best we could off of a Mold of 5, but, that there's only so much you can do after mulliganing to 5 cards in a fair matchup, and then having to use a Force of Will. So there's literally nothing. Alright, concede. We lost game 1 to Maverick, little tilting, but that's okay. We're going to bring in the Lily, we're going to bring in the Dismember, Toxic Deluge, Jace, both Golgari Charms, Sylvan Library, and both Edicts. We're going to cut the Forces first, the Dazes second, and I suppose I will cut 1 Hymn to Torok, and then I'm feeling pretty good about where we are now. I'm going to submit that. Planeswalkers, removal, powerful cards in fair matchups like Sylvan Library. I think this is where we want the deck to be. Golgari Charm, not actually especially helpful against Maverick, but it's another out to choke, which can be nice. A lot of Maverick decks play choke in the sideboard. Pretty sure it's like a standard inclusion. I used to play Maverick myself. I would always love choke, and I would bring it in against pretty much any blue deck I could because it just randomly wins games a lot of the time. I don't really like days against Maverick because they have so many mana dorks. And Force of Will is a 2-for-1 on yourself, which is just too backbreaking a lot of the time. I mean, yeah, there's cards you'd obviously like to see kept off the battlefield, like Knight of the Reliquary and stuff, but I don't think you can afford to be pitching 2 cards. Also, because we're cutting the Dazes, we're going very low on blue cards in the first place. Try to become more of a green and black deck, against Maverick. Delver of Secrets is a fine card unless they have an early draw with a lot of Swords to Plowshares or Abrupt Decays. But like getting multiple flipped Delvers is like a decent way to beat Maverick a lot of the time. I'm going to keep this hand. It's a little risky, but the fact that we have Deathrite Shaman and Underground Sea to potentially cast this Brainstorm. Next turn, dig for lands. Alright, a Deathrite Shaman of his own. I'm going to start off with a Brainstorm. We'll put Jace and Lily back on top, I suppose. We'll play a Wasteland. And then we're just going to pass the turn, unfortunately. I could Wasteland itself to cast another Deathrite Shaman, but I don't think that's really a winning line. Kind of just like leaving up Deathrite Shaman to respond to his activation. Okay, Deathrite Shaman number 2. Green Sun Zenith, okay. X equals 1, or 0 I mean, so Dryad Arbor, that makes sense. I'm going to use the Wasteland on the Dryad Arbor. That might have been a mistake. Maybe I should have waited with the Golgari Charm there. So I think first things first, I'm going to ponder. We really need to find more lands. Wasteland is not exactly the kind of land that I'm thinking. However, the Fatal Push is pretty good here. I don't think we're going to get a chance to cast it, though. I'm going to shuffle this. Ooh, another Underground Sea is a great draw. Now we can play another Deathrite Shaman. And I think we'll pass the turn back. Kind of a clunky beginning to this game. I could easily see us losing this. Choke. Ouch. Yep. See, that's kind of what I was talking about there with the choke. I don't think I want to use this Wasteland. Then again, I don't really want to keep it around either. Maybe I will use it on the Scrubland. Wasteland a little redundant for him. I'll probably save it for a Bayou. Unless, of course, I manage to pull off a G-Charm or Decay on his choke. Maybe I should have mulliganed my hand as well. I mean, it had a Brainstorm, and I was hoping to Brainstorm into a non-Wasteland land, if that much wasn't obvious. Alright, Green Sun Zenith, X equals 1. Okay, probably another Deathrite Shaman. Okay, Noble Hierarch. And Mother of Runes. So now, Golgari Charm is actually looking like it'd be better as a 2-for-1. So I think at the end of his turn, I will exile 2 of his cards here. And then at least, if he allows it to happen, we'll see. Green. Let's Abrupt Decay the choke. Alright, we've freed up a little bit of mana. Ah, Polluted Delta. It's a good draw. So we have a total of... Well, we don't really have 5 mana. We really only have 3 mana. I'd like to Liliana here, but I'd also like to G-Charm. But I think Liliana's probably the best way to go. And I think first off we'll deal with the Mother of Runes. I'm going to allow that. A black mana. So I feel... okay, he's just draining 2 life, sure. Umezawa's Jitte. Okay. Equipping to Deathrite Shaman. I think in response to this... So what's he going to do? He's probably going to attack Lily and then try to kill one of my Deathrite Shamans. Let's go ahead and exile his Scrubland. I'm going to try to Golgari Charm in response to this so that he doesn't get an Exalted trigger. Giving all creatures -1/-1. Alright. So he's going to take 2 counters off Lily and get rid of one of our Deathrite Shamans. But I think I'm fine with that. Kind of annoying, but that's just how it goes, I guess. So, what I like doing here is I kind of like getting rid of one of his Deathrite Shamans with this Golgari Charm. The one that's equipped to make him have to spend more mana next turn. So I kind of like this position. We have a lot of live draws, then again so does he. Alright, equips. I'll double block in a heartbeat. Of course, if he has a Swords to Plowshares, that would really suck. I think I have to make him have it, though. Exile a Brainstorm to drain him. I'll probably use a counter to kill Deathrite and then save a counter. That's a great draw. So we could use Lily to get back a Deathrite Shaman here, or we can just plus her. I think I actually like getting back a Deathrite Shaman here. Now we'll cast that. Now we are the ones with 2 Deathrite Shamans and a Planeswalker. Of course, all he needs to draw is like a Knight of the Reliquary or something, and he's back in the driver's seat. Guess we'll exile Ponder. Tombstalker is a very solid draw. Let's go ahead and cast him. We'll keep up our Deathrite Shamans. Drain him at the end of his turn. So this game has gone pretty well for us, I guess. Even though he managed to get an active Jitte, some things went in a positive direction for us, and we were able to turn it around. Even though we had kind of a clumsy start. I'll go ahead and cast him. I don't know what he could have in hand. Wasteland. And now we have lethal. May as well make him use his Jitte counter. A little surprised we were able to turn that one around, but I'll take what I can get. Alright, now game 3. Hopefully we can get there. I think I like everything the same. Maybe we could actually bring out a Hymn for Thoughtseize. Yeah. Just since we're on the draw this time. Don't want to get clogged up with a bunch of things in our hand that are hard to cast. You know, if he has like Thalia in play. Still want to be able to curve out. This is a matchup where having the Massacres in the Gothic version is very helpful. Obviously. The thing is, a good pilot can play around Massacre to an extent. Like if they have a Horizon Canopy for white mana, or Deathrite Shamans for white mana, or even a Noble Hierarch, they can just kind of use that for all the white mana they want. Ooh, this hand is risky. That said, if we do find a second land, it's pretty good. But it has no 1 mana removal. I think I'm going to mulligan this. Let's think about it though. If we find another land, this hand is so good. But we have turn 1 Delver, and then if he wastelands us and drops a Thalia or something, yeah, I think we have to mulligan. I'll keep this, I guess. It's not what I would like, but at least we're not going to get wastelanded, or you know, at least we're not going to get mana denied out of the game. Deathrite Shaman, okay. Fatal Push would have been better, but I guess I'll take it at Delver. So we are already on the back foot. I think we kind of just have to hope that both of these Delvers flip and we can put like a fast clock on him and that he doesn't draw much removal. Okay, Swords to Plowshares. If he doesn't play a second land here, I think I'll wasteland him. So now, if he bricks on lands again, this can be a short game. That's one way. Ah, darn, he has another land though. Green and a white. Stoneforge. Alright. I don't think I'm going to use my Brainstorm to flip Delver. Did he not find anything? Fails to find an equipment, okay. Ooh, yeah, we'll reveal that. So I think first I'll Brainstorm. Ooh, that's so solid. That's so good. Let's put... so we have to shuffle 2 things away. I think we can shuffle 1 land away. I think we can shuffle Lily away. Let's attack with the insect. So he has equipment in hand. I think I'm just going to get a Bayou and kill the Deathrite Shaman here. Because he missed a land drop, so as far as I know, he only has the access to that 1 mana right now. If he... Okay, Mother of Runes. Alright. And swing with the Stoneforge Mystic. Sylvan Library. So we have some options here. I'm going to attack with the insect. And I think I'm going to play the Sylvan Library here. He doesn't have really much of a clock on me, so I could probably draw an extra 2 cards with that. Alright, so he now has... He can put in a Batterskull. Not very often you see Maverick playing Batterskull. He probably has GT or maybe Sword of Fire Ice. May as well just pay 4 life twice. Gonna play the Bayou here. I'm gonna play the Tarmogoyf. We're gonna attack with the insect. If he has Batterskull here, we're going to get punished hard, though, for the line that we've taken. Alright, thankfully it's Sword. This is much better. Now he has to invest mana, and then we can Abrupt Decay whatever he equips it to. Knight. Sure. So I think we have to Abrupt Decay the Sword here, just because it's a use for our mana. Gonna put the Polluted Delta on top, and I think Tombstalker will kind of seal the deal here. I think we'll put Deathrite on top as well. Instant land, creature, artifact, so we just need to keep... We don't even have a sorcery. Let's see, if we attack with the Tarmogoyf, he just protects. So let's force him to do that, though. Blocks with Stoneforge Mystic. Gives it protection from green. Okay. This is going to put him to 8, and then we have Tombstalker. Plus Delver next turn. I think I'm going to shuffle away the cards, too. The only thing is if he has a GTA in hand, which I know he probably has because he failed to find anything, it's going to make this a little tougher. 5 delve, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh well. We'll see what happens here. Maybe it was greedy not using Decay on the Mother of Runes. I was really hoping he was going to pay to equip that Sword of Fire Ice last turn, and then that puts us in a much better position. But he played Knight of the Reliquary instead, which is a pretty big creature. So something that recent Maverick lists have done is reincorporate the Maze of Ith. I don't know if they have Maze of Ith. If they do, it kind of changes everything a little bit. However, he's kind of light on lands, so if he has to sacrifice one of his lands to get a Maze of Ith, I think that puts us in a pretty decent position. We'll see what happens. So I am representing Abrupt Decay pretty hard here. That might factor into his decision to either not play an equipped Jitte, or I'm not really sure what he can do. Let's find out. Kind of on the edge of my seat for this game. Probably has the Jitte, okay. What's he gonna equip it to? Equips it to Knight. Probably give Knight Pro Black. So I'll let that through. We will use Sylvan Library's ability. We really want two of these cards here. We don't want the Hymn, and there's no way we can pay life for a card. Okay, if we G-Charm, it gets rid of the Mother of Runes. However, he can still kill the insect and block the Tarmogoyf. This is a tough one. Very tough. What do we want to do? So if we attack with everything, he probably kills the insect, takes 5, goes to 2. Of course, he can always gain life with the Jitte. So I think I'm going to put the Fatal Push back on top. Man, this is tough. Yeah, I'm going to put the Golgari Charm back. We're going to leave up Fatal Push for his Knight. We're going to make him do something with those Jitte counters. He'll probably kill the insect. Takes 5, goes to 2. Now we have to hope that he proactively uses his Mother of Runes. Kind of all boils down to that. What an exciting game, though. I'll tell you that much. Very close game. Dang, I was really hoping he'd give it protection first. We'll see if he gives it protection from green. Sure. Oh, I see. He did that so that it grows. Yep. Ramanap. Dang. Sure. Oh. Oh, okay. He killed his own knight by returning his wasteland. I didn't think that would happen, but so I guess you could consider that a little bit greedy for him. Next turn, I'm going to play that Golgari Charm. That'll force him to. Okay, sure. Wait, we didn't lose our tropical island, did we? Okay, thank God. Alright. So I think... Alright, let's put back that and put back Brainstorm. Go down to 2. Get tropical. First off. I think first off we attack. He gains 2 life, goes to 4. He's going to gain another 2 and go to 6. No blocks. Ah, you know what though? We haven't lost a permanent yet this turn. Oh wait, yeah, we did. We cracked the polluted delta. So I think what we have to do, since we lost a permanent this turn, is we have to G-Charm now. Give all creatures -1/-1. He might protect something in response. And when that happens, okay, he's protecting Ramanap, we Fatal Push Ramanap. And now I think we've put ourselves in the best position to win. Ooh, but if he draws a green Sun Zenith, we're dead. Because that gives him an Exalted trigger. If he can get an Exalted trigger, he just wins. But if he can't, then I think we win. Because even with the Jite, that's just not going to be enough. One, two, three. Choke. Okay. I think that's it, right? Very close games, though. Very close. Man, what a brutal game. Alright, 2-1 against Maverick. Pretty good recovery after that initial mulligan to 5 in game 1. A couple dicey turns there. I think if he just keeps his knight alive, then he would have won that game for sure. But the fact that he played that Ramanap Excavator and returned the Wasteland to make it so that it was, it died to the Goyf damage, I think that was his fatal flaw. His fatal push, if you will. Forgive that pun. Alright, so queuing up for another match here. That was a nail biter. That one was just down to the wire there. Very close game. Maverick has become a very tough matchup because they've really put a lot of the grindy 3-drops like Reminap, Excavator, and Tireless Tracker in there. And like you already really have to deal with Knight of the Reliquary. So for there to be like additional 3-mana creatures that you must answer is just, it's really tough. Scavenging Ooze is kind of a must answer for Bug Delver. It keeps your Deathrite Shamans from doing anything and also shrinks your Tarmogoyfs and keeps your graveyard under control so you can't cast Tombstalker. Alright, we won the roll. We'll be on the play. I'll keep this hand. It's not the greatest hand, but we've got stuff we can do. It's a close match, that last one. Let's start off with an Underground Sea. I think I'm fine being wastelanded here because I have like more lands too. Okay, Ancient Tomb. Please be a blue card. Oh, thank God. Alright. Got a blue card for Force of Will now. So I'm just going to go ahead and play this Tarmogoyf. Seething Song. I think I let this resolve and then I counter whatever he casts with it. Yeah, I think I counter that. So that's kind of like a 2 for 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not enough for Tombstalker just yet. Sneak attack. Okay, with a colorless left over. Nothing I can do about that. If he has a fatty, we're kind of done for. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7. Still not enough for Tombstalker. I'm just gonna play Deathrite Shaman. Activation, hopefully not Griselbrand or Emrakul. Okay, it is a Griselbrand. Draw 7 cards, see if he finds another red source and another fatty. The reason I Force of Willed the sneak attack instead of Dazed the Seething Song is because Seething Song, like they can still have Simian Spirit Guide to play around Daze and then you just get blown out, you know? Okay, floats colorless. Interesting. Blood Moon, maybe? Okay, another creature. Okay, World Spine, so now we're just dead, right? Yeah, we're just dead. Chalice of the Void, sure. Alright, well, that didn't go so well. Playing against the, what is this? Blood Moon, Mono Red Sneak Attack. So we're bringing in the G-Charms for sure. Bringing in the Edicts, those are good. Bringing in the Thoughtseizes, the Flusterstorms. I'm kind of on the fence about Surgical Extraction. I don't really like the Tombstalkers. I don't think Leovold is particularly helpful. Liliana the Last Hope is garbage. Leovold might be a little helpful. I don't think we need all of our lands. We could probably cut one in this matchup. I do kind of like Abrupt Decay for Chalice. Need to cut one more card. I guess we can cut Tarmogoyf. And then this is fine, I suppose. Because they have Sneak Attack and Through the Breach, Jace the Mind Sculptor's dead. He doesn't really do anything. Like, one of their creatures isn't really ever exposed for very long. think I like this configuration. I'll submit that. So now that we know what we're up against, we can... So this hand doesn't have a blue card for Force of Will. It does, however, have an out to Sneak Attack and a Diabolic Edict, so I think I'll keep it. And just in case we get turn 1 Blood Moon, I'm going to make it so that there's a fetch land in our graveyard. So what I'm hoping is that he, doesn't go off turn 1, obviously, but then we can maybe draw into a blue card for Force of Will. Lotus Petal. Chalice of the Void, sure. Alright, this has been kind of a slower start for him, which is, I think, what we wanted. Now we can wasteland his Ancient Tomb and just pass the turn back, leaving up Diabolic Edict and G-Charm. Blood Moon. So we're going to go ahead and use our G-Charm on that. Add a green, add a black, that resolves. Destroy target enchantment on the Blood Moon. Another Misty, so I'll cast that. Not drawing very well here. We need to be drawing non-lands, but if we draw Brainstorm, we can always, shuffle some stuff away, which would be nice. Let's see what he has. Perhaps another Chalice. What's it gonna be? Oh, he was just in this draw. Okay. Yep, another Chalice, and that's fine. Oh, we can't Brainstorm. He's got double Chalices. I'm just gonna play another Misty Rainforest, and I guess we can attack with Death Ray Shaman. Next turn we can play another land, and then we have hardcast Force of Will mana. One, two, three. Magus. I will force... Actually, no. I'm just going to float a black and a blue. We're going to let that resolve. I'm going to cast Diabolic Edict, targeting him. Thoughtseize. I'm just going to pass, because now we have Force of Will mana. Let's see, I have 2 instants, so I suppose I can exile one. So now I can actually start attacking and representing Force of Will. I'm just going to cast the Brainstorm here to put more fuel in the graveyard for Death Ray Shaman. Actually, no, we won't attack. Now that there's fuel in the graveyard, we're just going to leave them untapped. Perfect. Cast Ponder. Always yield. So we've got him on a 6-turn clock. Guess we'll exile Golgari Charm. Guess I'll just pass the turn. Exile Ponder, put it to 7. Cast Thoughtseize. Pass turn. Seething Song. I think I'm fine with the Seething Song. Sneak Attack. That is worth using Force of Will. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Oh, thank God he scooped. I was actually worried for the last 4 turns there. So, do we want to change our deck? I do not think so. I think we want to keep everything the same for the final game. It was kind of a dicey one. Leaving up mana for those moon effects, obviously quite good. I guess I'll keep this hand. He's on the mulligan, so maybe Daze might be good enough. We'll see. Alright, just basic mountain. I think that's good. So I have an option here. I could play Delver, and then we have a single Daze backup, or I could just pass and leave up Brainstorm. I think I like leaving up Brainstorm. Lotus Petal. Chalice X equals 1. So in response to this, I think I'll Brainstorm. Alright, looks like that's resolving no matter what, so I guess I'll just put Wasteland back on top. I could Daze it to... Nah, I don't think I really like that. I think I'll just let it resolve. Now I think I'll play a Misty Rainforest and we'll pass the turn. I could have also Wastelanded him to try and make it harder to play around Daze, but this way I have double Daze and Diabolic Edict. I think I'll get Tropical Island here. Turns out I actually had triple Daze now that I think about it. Go ahead and Wasteland his Crystal Vein. It's unfortunate that we don't have a clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Through the Breach. I'm going to Daze that. And we're going to just pass the turn. I guess I'll just play this Wasteland. Need to find something that costs more than 1. None of these are that thing. Guess I'll discard Deathrite Shaman. Blood Sun. All lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. That seems like a Daze-worthy candidate. Running low on interaction now, though. We need to draw a black source for our Hymn to Torok. Damn. Not what I want to be drawing. Well, okay. I could him. However, if he has Simian Spirit Guide... Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. I think I'm gonna him. We got Gristlebrand and Inferno Titan. Good. that might have been a misplay. Maybe the correct play there is to leave a black mana up in case he plays Magus of the Moon. But I guess we got around that, so we're just going to keep... I don't know how I feel about this. That is not what we need to be drawing. Really need to draw like a Tarmogoyf or something. Need to draw an Abrupt Decay. We need to get a clock going. Yeah, this is probably the end here. Inferno Titan. Alright, in response to his trigger, we're going to Diabolic Edict him. The old 6-mana Lightning Bolt. Alright, now we have an out to enchantment. We do not have an out to Magus, however. Yeah, I think that's just going to do it. Yeah. We're dead. That was kind of a bummer. So here is one situation where the 2 Abrupt Decays and 0 sideboard, that was painful in that matchup. You really want as many Abrupt Decays as possible against the stompy decks that are running around. And just having 2 in the deck, as you can see, sometimes you're just going to lose to Chalice. So maybe I should have played the Delver on turn 1 of that game. And then we just have 1 Daze in case he goes off in some manner. But maybe we were punished for leaving up Brainstorm instead of playing the Delver. No matter. Onward and upward. Ooh. I don't think I can keep this. This is decent, I suppose. I mean, we don't have a blue card for our Force of Will, but we do have turn 1 Deathrite Shaman on the play, so turn 2 possible Hymn to Torok if Deathrite Shaman lives in a fetch land. I think I'm going to put that on the bottom. There's other cards we could be drawing here. See if this resolves. If he forces it and wastelands us, that would be kind of backbreaking. We will see what happens, though. Alright, it resolves. Alright, Bayou Deathrite Shaman. I see your Bayou Deathrite Shaman, and I raise you 1 Tropical Island Deathrite Shaman. Could be playing against elves, could be playing against the mirror match, or check pile, or bug control. Only time will tell. Okay, it looks like another Maverick deck. Thalia, sure. Brainstorm. Sure. Well, let's brainstorm. Guess we'll put Tombstalker and him back on top. And we can now wasteland his Bayou. And we'll just pass. Alright, a wasteland on his side. Mother of Runes. Alright. Okay, do we want to trade one of our Deathrite Shamans for his Thalia, I think? The answer is no. May as well attempt to exile his Bayou at the end of his turn. I guess since he let that resolve, we will also attempt to exile our Wasteland. Alright, he does it in response. So, we don't have any Hymn to Torok now. We can, however, Fatal Push his Mother of Runes, or his Deathrite Shaman. Or his Thalia. Kind of a tough choice here. I think we have to take care of the Mother of Runes now before it becomes a 2-for-1. Otherwise it's just going to protect his best creatures for the rest of the game. Kind of unfortunate that we are stuck on Tropical and Bayou instead of Underground Sea and Bayou. But what can you do? We're drawing Tombstalker next turn, and then hopefully more live cards after that, such as a fetch land. Getting to the point where our Hymn to Toroks are not going to be doing much, because he doesn't have many cards left in hand. And there's always Jitte. That's kind of brutal. That is kind of brutal. Nothing we can do. A lot of Maverick decks lately. Playing against that deck quite a bit. He has all the mana he could want. Surprised he hasn't used his Wasteland yet. His Force of Will has been rotting in our hand the entire game. Uncastable Hymn to Toroks and Tombstalkers. That is the Reliquary. Okay. I think we have to use this Brainstorm to draw into good cards. I think we shuffle away a Tombstalker. I think we shuffle away our Force of Will. Kind of a precarious situation we're in here. I think we crack this and ponder. These are good cards. We're going to put Delver, then Misty, then Decay. No shuffle. Pass turn. He's going to get to kill a Deathrite Shaman and deal a lot of damage. However, next turn we can decay something, and I guess that's all. I'm really surprised he hasn't used his Wasteland yet. He has literally all the mana in the world. Probably so he can double Wasteland me. However, we do know that Misty Rainforest is on the top of our library, so that's like a small consolation. So the problem this game is there's too many must-answer permanents. Like now, we must answer the Knight, and we must answer the Jitte. Otherwise, both of those things get completely out of control. Post-board, it obviously gets better with our sweepers, but definitely difficult. Definitely difficult to win in game one when you have dead cards like Force of Will. Or like, contextually they could be good, but for the most part they're just dead. So now is he going to double Wasteland me? Probably to Wasteland my Underground Sea and my Bayou. He might just leave Knight of the Reliquary up to see what I do. Alright, another Wasteland. Probably Wasteland my Underground Sea. Sylvan Library, okay. As if we weren't already dead enough. So the issue here is that I literally need to Abrupt Decay every single one of his cards. I guess I'll start by Abrupt Decaying his Knight. Because I can't very well have that getting another activation. But I also really can't have his Jitte getting more counters, because then he's going to kill my Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, this game is just, you know, Thalia taxed us and we had a lot of cantrips in our hands, so Thalia really made the difference this game. Also, the difference was made by the fact that we couldn't really, even though we had 2 Deathrite Shamans, it was very hard for us to cast our Hymn in a game. Like, we had to use our mana to find our land drops and do other things. I'm half considering just scooping that, but I could always, I don't know. I'm not exactly sure how we can get back in this game. I think I'm going to concede just to save time. I don't want to play this out. Look at our board states. I'm going to lose that. Come on, Magic Online. You can do it. Alright. Let's sideboard. Get rid of these horrible cards. Get rid of these cards that I don't like. Bring in these good cards, these good cards, this good card, this good card, this good card, and this good card. We have to cut one card, so I guess I'll cut a Hymn to Tourach because it doesn't really affect the board, and we'll submit the deck. You just need almost every single card in the Maverick matchup to affect the board. Mulliganing against any fair deck obviously is rough, but getting stuck with a Force of Will in hand against a deck like Maverick is pretty terrible, because it's almost like taking another mulligan in a sense, because Force of Will is going to 2 for 1 you, and that's basically what a mulligan is. A mulligan is like a negative 2 for 1. So this is our game 2 deck against Maverick on the play. I could also see an argument for keeping Dazes in, but I don't know. Daze is kind of a poor top deck, and I don't feel as though Daze is that great of a card in this matchup because they're able to play around it pretty frequently. And as soon as they play a Thalia, then you have to pay 1 for the Daze in addition to returning a land, so we will play first. I'm going to keep this. Seems decent. We're going to play around Wasteland by playing a fetch land first. And presumably we're going to curve a removal spell into Leovold. Leovold isn't even that great against Maverick because they have Swords to Plowshares. Any deck with Swords to Plowshares, the fact that Leovold gets exiled and you get to draw a card, but it's basically a 3-mana, draw a card, get rid of a Swords to Plowshares. Alright, Mother of Runes. Because we have Golgari Charm in hand, I'm almost tempted to... okay. Maybe I'll just Fatal Push that. It's nice to want to get, greedy with Golgari Charm, but I think it's often the correct play to just get rid of the Mother of Runes on site. I don't think, maybe I should have used Diabolic Edict instead. So I do kind of like playing the Leovold here. And the reason why is because if he does have a Swords to Plowshares, he's still having to pay 2 mana for it, so I'm kind of fine with that. We have plenty of removal in hand for the Thalia. Got a blue, so we need to pay a black and a green. And we've got ourselves Leovold. We'll see what he has. Swords to Plowshares, sure. Unfortunate, but not the worst. Not the worst thing. More land is always welcome against Maverick. Deathrite Shaman, sure. I want to do more than one thing. However, I don't think I can. I'm going to cast Diabolic Edict here. We'll see what he wants more. Alright, he sacrifices the Thalia. Kind of good news for us, except that that was one of the things that we were going to be able to answer with Golgari Charm. It's nice to have the Golgari Charm in case he plays Choke, though. Thoughtseize, sure. He'll probably take my Tarmogoyf because it's my only threat. He might also take Diabolic Edict because he wants to protect his Deathrite Shaman or whatever other creature he might have. Boy, does this matchup make me want to switch back to the Gothic version and play Massacre. Would love a Massacre right about now. I would have loved a Massacre actually last turn instead of this Golgari Charm. But what can you do? Gotta try different decks and see how they compare for you. He takes our Diabolic Edict, alright. Probably correct for him because a lot of his creatures are more powerful than a lot of ours. He's going to exile a land. What's he going to play? Knight of the Reliquary. What's it going to be? Might even be a Planeswalker. Looks like he's getting 4 mana ready for something. Maybe Garruk Relentless. Maybe Gideon, ally of Zendikar. Either way, bad news for us. Maybe Green Sun Zenith for Knight. Yep. Zenith for Knight, or maybe Ramonette. Tireless Tracker could be any number of 3-drops. I think I'll wasteland his Scrubland, play a Tarmogoyf, and leave up Golgari Charm potentially. We really need to draw a Fatal Push now. Kind of wishing I had used Golgari Charm to kill the Mother of Runes instead of Fatal Push. There were a lot of turns where Fatal Push would have been pretty great. Deathray Trauma, sure. So something interesting is if he attacks, I block, and then IG Charm, will his Knight survive because of Dryad Arbor, or will it die? We really need like a Toxic Deluge or something. Okay. Ponder is also pretty good. Lily Hymn, G Charm. So, double G Charm gets rid of all the Deathrite Shamans in the Dryad Arbor, but he's left with a large Knight of the Reliquary. And his Knight of the Reliquary is going to be able to start wastelanding. I think I like him, Lily, Charm. No shuffle. Underground Sea. So you can always double Grow Knight, which puts it in 7/7 range. I think I just doubled G Charm now. And then I hope to draw a Fatal Push for the Knight. Because we've already spent both of our Diabolic Edicts. Dismember doesn't do it anymore, maybe Jace. But we need to draw an Abrupt Decay, a Fatal Push, or a Jace for that Knight of the Reliquary now. Guess I'll attack with my Tarmogoyf. We'll see if he uses Maze of Ith. So I'm feeling kind of like so-so about this game. We needed him to not draw that Courser. Courser, extremely good in this situation. We really needed him not to draw that. Okay. Ponder. Perfect. So, how do we want to do this? I guess Misty, Delver, Deluge. No shuffle. Attack with Tarmogoyf. If he blocks with Knight, then we don't have to Deluge for quite as much. So he can grow Knight by 3 if he wishes. I have to do this Deluge for 9. Dang, that really sucks that I have to spend so much. Yeah, Knight goes to 7, then he gets Wasteland. Wasteland's his own thing, so I have to do this for 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. We just need to really top deck well. Thing is, he'll probably want to draw that Abrupt Decay, and if he uses Knight, he has to shuffle away the Abrupt Decay. Because of Courser, though, we will get to see what he draws. Verdant Catacombs, okay, Scrib Ranger on top. I guess he's fine with drawing the Scrib. And yeah, okay, there's the Scrib. Here's Delver. And we're drawing Misty Rainforest next turn, so we're actually just dead. Unless... yeah, we're drawing Misty Rainforest next turn, so we are just dead. That's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping he'd brick. Yeah, I'm gonna concede. Well, we lost to Maverick. Not very good against Maverick with the Golgari Charm sideboard plan. I mean, like, it kills Thalia, it kills Mother of Runes, and it takes care of enchantments, but it's just like, it doesn't kill Deathrite Shaman, it doesn't kill Knight of the Reliquary, it doesn't kill, like, a number of other cards that they play. So we are hoping to win this match and get some play points. Let's keep. How come we can never draw our Fatal Pushes against Maverick? Just never seems like we draw them, and enough of them in like timely enough manner. Alright, possibly another Maverick or Elf deck. I think we put ourselves in the best position by playing Deathrite Shaman here, and then next turn we have Wasteland and Fatal Push. Wasteland, Fatal Push, and Delver, possibly. Alright, Elvish Visionary. Elves is definitely a tough matchup without the Massacres in the sideboard too. This is a league where I wish I had played Godic's version instead of JPA's version. However, we do have Leovold, which is pretty good against Elves. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I want to use my Fatal Push on that Elvish Visionary. Crop Rotation. I'm a little tempted to Brainstorm in response to that. Okay, we found a Daze, that's very good. And so I'm going to put Delver and then Ponder back on top. We're going to Daze that Crop Rotation. Then we're going to play Delver. Delver's guaranteed to flip next turn off with the Ponder. We need to avoid Glimpse of Nature this turn, however. Pendelhaven. Elves is stressful to play against. Zenith, sure. Probably going to find Wirewood Symbiote. Yep. we'll reveal that. We have 2 mana available. I think we attack with the insect. I think we ponder. So next turn we'll be able to flip our Delver if we play it. I think I want to leave Fatal Push up this turn, so I'm going to put Daze, then Delver, then Misty, no shuffle. This way we still have a guaranteed Delver flip the following turn, which I have found it's pretty important that you prioritize. If you have the opportunity to flip your Delver for free, I mean, like, if you're already cantripping, I think it's worth it to do. Yep, Elvish Visionary. We'll just see if we can close the gap fast enough to win this match. Metal Sentinel, okay. Heritage Druid. Oh geez, this is kind of ugly. We have to hope he doesn't have a payoff card in his hand. If he natural orders right now, then we're kind of screwed. Thorn Wield Archer. Reach, Death Touch, 2/1. What on earth? What are these crazy Elves players doing these days? I could also play Tombstalker now. We do have Daze on top of our library. However, Daze now is basically worthless. Let's ponder, see if we can find a removal spell, I guess. Him, Delta, Tarmogoyf. Any order, shuffle. It's probably going to block. Then we have to hope Tombstalker can go the distance before he combos us out. I kind of want to leave a land so that in case we draw something that we want to ramp into with Deathrite, we can do it. So I guess I'll exile Brainstorm, Daze, Delver, Ponder, push. Yeah, and I guess we have to exile Misty too. Tombstalker is good if he bricks on things. That reach creature actually was very unfortunate in changing the math, because if he hadn't had that, you know, he would have gone to 13, and then that would have made the math more favorable for us. Alright, so possibly punished by not casting him to Torok last turn. I'm going to concede. Yeah, he gets Crater Hoof. Damn it. So maybe we could have, maybe that last card was Natural Order. See, my reasoning was, if he had Natural Order in hand, why didn't he cast it the previous turn? When he could have just gotten a Crater Hoof and, like, put us in, like, a pretty bad spot anyway. So, against Elves, I think I'm going to cut the Forzes. I think I'm going to cut the Dazes. We're going to bring in Thoughtseize, Flusterstorm, all the removal that we have. Grindy cards like Sylvan Library, Liliana, Dismember, Toxic Deluge, and Jace. So what don't we want? I think we can cut a Hymn. I think we can cut a Tarmogoyf. I think we can probably actually cut the Thoughtseizes. I think we can cut another Hymn, and I think I like that. The reason I'm staying at 20 lands is because we're bringing in these kind of expensive cards, so we really want to hit our land drops. You know, I guess we could probably cut one Bayou for one Thoughtseize. Submit that. We will play first. Not a good hand. Also not a good hand. We'll keep in that. Bottom. So, mull to 5, not a good way to start off game 2 when we're down a game. But we couldn't have kept either of those hands, so that's magic. Heritage Druid, which cannot be countered. I'm going to start off with Brainstorm. Alright. Let's put C. No, let's put Deluge. No. So I really want to play the Delver here and start like clocking him, but let's put Deluge C, I guess. That way we can decay his Heritage Druid now. Next turn play Tarmogoyf and Delver. No, next turn we can only play Delver because we don't have green mana anymore. Unless he plays a fetch land. Next turn I suppose we can play Delver and leave mana up for Death Earth Shaman. Symbiote, sure. Green Ranger, sure. Delver Secrets, which is guaranteed to flip off the Toxic Deluge. Of course, then he's going to know about the Toxic Deluge, which is less than ideal, but I think, you know, at least we're drawing Toxic Deluge. He could just win on this turn or the next turn, though. Metal Sentinel. Heritage Druid. Elvish Visionary, sure. Maybe it was a mistake to not draw the Toxic Deluge last turn. Of course, it would have only been a 1-for-1 with the Wirewood Symbiote, because he would have bounced the Quirion Ranger for the Symbiote. If he natural orders here, it's just game. Nothing we could have done. We mulled to 5. We played as best as we could have. I guess we could have drawn the Toxic Deluge instead, but I still don't think we win, even if we do draw the Toxic Deluge last turn. Yeah, and here's probably Craterhoof Behemoth, or Natural Order. What's it going to be? What are you going to do with that 7 mana? If he doesn't win this turn, however, I'm pretty happy drawing the Toxic Deluge next turn. It's probably Green Sun Zenith for Craterhoof Behemoth, and then I die. He's attacking for 18, so I can block 3, and then I still can't Toxic Deluge for 5. So this was a league where I would have really preferred the Massacres in our sideboard. Man. Oh well, that's Magic. Sometimes you win the first 2, lose the next 3. kind of unfortunate. Was hoping to do better than that, but oh well. We did learn some things though. I mean, of course, when you play a league that features multiple matchups against decks with small creatures, it really makes you want more sweepers, and I would have actually gladly taken these extra sweepers and the extra Abrupt Decay in the sideboard. So I think if anything, I learned that I kind of prefer this version of the deck here. It has more Planeswalkers in the main deck. Leovold, I feel, is less impactful than Liliana the Last Hope in a significant number of matches, so I think I'm going to continue running the Liliana build. And also Sylvan Library kind of helps more than a fourth Ponder, I think, because there's a lot of matches where you'd just rather have this effect in the long term and force them to have like an answer to it early. I also just really like the Massacres in the sideboard, the 2 Jaces and the Toxic Deluges. I think this version has an easier time trying to remove everything that the opponent does, whereas this version, you're kind of hoping more that your permanents can stop them, and Golgari Charm also kind of underperformed that league too. I think I would have preferred for it to have been Massacre. Even though it wouldn't have helped us in the Moon Stompy matchups, it would have really helped us in the Maverick matchups, and it would have helped us in the Elves matchup. So, lesson learned. Probably just going to be playing this Eternal Weekend sort of build for the future, because I just kind of prefer it. I like having all these sweepers in the sideboard so you can play kind of like a control deck. Better so than this version can in the post-board games. So, thanks for watching. I will try and record some more videos soon. Have a good one.